Hello, hi everybody. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to everybody on this call. So, um, I hope you can't hear my daughter in the background, but I'm here tonight. I'm your host for tonight's webinar, and I am super excited and nervous because it's my very first time hosting. So without further ado, let's get into it. For those who don't know me, I am Sylvia Williams. I'm a Diamond LC with GWT, and I started with GWT back in February 2016. So, oh my gosh, just a little bit about myself, I guess. At the time of joining GWT, I became a new mum again. This will be my second time. And, as a new mum, money's always a hard thing. So I found this GWT opportunity through my very good friend, Rene McDonald. Hello, Trevina, on the call. After having my daughter, and basically, although I was on maternity leave, I knew I had to go back to work, basically. So in retrospect, if I would have known then what I know now, I basically wouldn't have put myself through the agonizing pain of going back to work and leaving my daughter in daycare. So while her parents went to work to support us. So I have now retired my job, and I'm really going hard in my business. As you can see, the host of the month. Yay me. And I retired my job, so I'm going hard at the business, and I am just extremely grateful to our GWT CEO, Rene, and his team, and my friend and business partner, Trevina, and everyone I met along our GWT pathway. So thank you. Thank you so much, everybody being on this call and helping me celebrate my first webinar. So I feel like I'm getting tears welling up in my eyes, but I have to move on. So our next segment, basically, we've got this new segment out, people, and this is called Recognitions for Achievement. So this has basically been devised by our illustrious leaders, basically to bring light and encouragement to all our GWT Australia and New Zealand teams, which is awesome, and to recognise those individuals and teams doing the best they can for their business and their teams and everything. So those who have got their finger on the pulse and building and going hard to achieve great results. So firstly, let's get on. Woohoo! Firstly, please give a warm GWT cheer to our newest diplomats, our Sydney's diplomats. They're just blowing it up. Elizabeth Fafita and Murphy Fafita, it's a real big milestone for them as GWT diplomats. So they're making an impact for the Sydney market, and they're just setting the bar high and becoming first class A+ diplomats. So thank you very much. Congratulations to the Sydney market and to Liz and Murphy. So Next, this awesome gentleman. A huge congratulations to Diamond LC Henry, woohoo, and his little friend Chris, being consistent and committed, and always showing up. He's always growing his skills and basically supporting the team. And as of Thursday, he did a awesome eye serum testimonial, so which was on live. So thank you very much, Henry. That's awesome. And oh, awesome. Okay, so we have a couple of a gentleman from our New Zealand team. We have Samuel Wanahi coming at you from New Zealand. He's blowing it up, and he's basically been learning the 5 ways of getting paid in GWT. So I've seen this guy in action. He's awesome. He's live on Zoom calls for everyone to see. So welcome and congratulations, Samuel. And next we have hi, Miss Luella Stanley, this awesome, lovely mum hailing from New Zealand. Also, has been presenting our live tours and Zoom calls in Southside Auckland with our business partner Sam. So they're igniting our New Zealand team. So congratulations, Luella, you're awesome. Next we have next we have our younger generations from the EYES. So that is the Elite Young Entrepreneurial Society. Basically Braden Shaw and Kaisa Tapuve. Sorry, Kaisa, if I pronounced that incorrectly, but you know, they're coming at you. They're young generators. They're presenting their own tours, and I'm pretty sure they'll definitely be, you know, the youngest millionaires at this rate. So full of energy, inspiration, and, you know, thumbs up to you guys. Congratulations. Next we have, this lady needs no introduction. She is so awesome, and she is our lovely Bev Rene. Basically, this amazing lady, she got her first totally flawless retail sale, and taking advantage of the flawless promotion that Rene had launched, this spectacular lady has also secured 15 flawless skincare packs. Oh my God, that is like super amazing, super awesome. Thank you, awesome, and congratulations, Bev, you're so cool. Next we have, Mr. Stephen McCann. He's basically been keeping his head down, bum up with the business, and he continues to stay forensic and keep moving forward in his business. He's also been on a 3-way call. He's been a third party on a 3-way call. So congratulations to you, Steve. You're awesome, and you know, keep up the good work, mate. Next we have our lovely Miss Marilyn. Marilyn Davies, she's nothing short of an inspiration to her team and others around her. She's always present and staying forensic and consistently being there for her team. So congratulations, Maz. You're really setting the standard. So thank you very much. And I think I might just hand this call over to Miss Stacey.
Absolutely. Sylvia, you are doing a fantastic job, and very much the reason why we've got you recognized, because stepping outside of your comfort zone is one hard thing to do, but you've done that by putting your hand up and becoming the host of our call for tonight. So massive congratulations to everybody that has been recognized for the achievements that you've done in this week, and we look forward to receiving more. Please submit these through, as we'd like to make sure that everybody is recognized. So I'm going to hand it straight back over to you, Sylvia.
Thank you so much, Stace. Yes, congratulations to me. Wow. But no, I'm privileged to be a part of you guys on this call, and yeah, this is an amazing opportunity, and as much as I feel the nerves inside me right now, yeah, it's this is epic. This is going to be so awesome. So yeah, thank you everybody for being on the call. Congratulations to everybody that has received the recognitions just for this week. This will be continuing, and I'm sure we'll be hearing more inspiring and hearing more stories of everybody how well they're doing in their businesses. So hashtag thumbs up. Anywho, without further ado, I would please welcome this man of the moment. Please make sure you have your pens and paper ready, guys and gals, because we have a super amazing, awesome guy joining us on this call. This superstar graduated from the University of Toronto in software and engineering, and has worked for IBM and then TELUS, and was earning $80,000 a year salary. He was introduced to the company by his sister and is now the company's youngest millionaire, a national ambassador who also qualified for the luxury car program. He drives a prepaid luxury car from the company, which is a $130,000 a BMW M5. OMG, amazing. Okay, so yeah, anyway, it doesn't stop there, guys. He is the only person who has reached $100,000 a month in earnings, and more shockingly with only 7,000 people. So this guy is like super amazing. I'm looking at him right now, so slightly nervous, but his team is now over 16,000 people in over 100 countries around the world. He's happily married after proposing to his wife with a $47,000 Ferry Mosh 20K gold ring. Oh my gosh. Now worth 80,000. So yeah, 80,000. Oh my gosh. With two young boys, he is able to travel the world with his family. His custom, I think, $2 million home is almost complete. And basically, he's here to help and support us and train us on this call tonight. So Rene is also a founding member, shareholder, and sits on the company's CEO's advisory board. He is also known as GWT's youngest millionaire. He is our friend, a mentor, a coach, and therefore, in your own chairs, everybody, please give a warm welcome to our GWT, Mr. Rene. Woo!
Well, good morning, everyone. Okay, go give me the muffins. Open for you. Bring me two. Yeah, sorry. My kids are also awake now, and just made them breakfast. And so glad to be here today, guys. And first, let me by saying thank you for having me on the call, and a big congratulations to all the people who just hit the new ranks. It's a great feeling, right, when you get stuff done. And so big congratulations to all the team there. Loving these calls, and yeah, I just want to say thanks again to your amazing leadership as well in Australia for sorry, one quick second, guys. Yeah, oh, say hi, Rex. Yeah, this. Yeah, there's Rex. Yeah, so okay, just open it here. Go eat now. Go eat. You want for yourself? Yeah, sorry about that. Had to take care of breakfast and all that stuff as well too. Okay, yeah. So, but today really here just to share with you guys some quick training. And I know that for Stacy, when she reached out to me, one of the biggest things that she was asking me for again was a very sort of, I guess, common training that people always, I guess, find that I find that most people need to constantly be working on, and that of course is approaches. And this is one thing I've learned over, I guess, being in MLM now for 17 years, really the first almost half of that time was just struggling and trying to figure out what to do properly and what's the right company to be with. But one thing I learned over the years was if you want to be really successful in network marketing, what you have to do is you have to get really good at one skill. At least one of the skills that you become very good at is approaching. And I find, and I hope it's okay if I have a really sort of heart-to-heart talk with you guys today, because I know that you guys get a lot of training online, training from your leaders, and it's all fantastic. And maybe I can share a few things that I think might you haven't really thought about perhaps in the last little while or ever. And that is, for me, the biggest thing with approaching is you can have all these great scripts, and you can have all these great tools to use, and they're all really important, right? But I find that sometimes when you're doing approaches, it really starts from your mind. And what I mean by that is if this is not in check, and this is not in the right place when you approach someone, then I think things can falter a lot. Either the approach can falter, or even within yourself eternally, you can falter. And this really goes back to what we train upon, and it's been a while since we actually trained this topic, so I'm thinking about doing training on this topic on Sunday Night Call at some point in time. But it's the tripod of belief. It's if you're having a tough time approaching people, or even the end result in the approach is not what you think it should be. Oftentimes, it just comes down to that you don't really believe 100% in what you're doing. And if you look at all of the main top approaching leaders, or even all the top earners in the company, there's one thing in common with all these people, is that you can tell they're 1,000, 100 million% in. They believe that what they're doing, and the opportunity that they're offering, or the products that they're selling, they believe in it in 100%. And when it's no different than anything else. I give an example. Last night I was talking to, I think, Matthew and the team, a few of the people last night, but we're just chatting about how when you go to a really good restaurant and you have the most incredible dining experience in your lifetime. Like I was at this steak restaurant over the weekend, and I think the bill was about $600 for that restaurant. And I've actually never had a 70-day aged steak, prime rib with a 35 pairing aged steak with a top sirloin, with another 20-year aged steak ribeye, with 2 giant pieces of bone marrow, with some crazy 30-day dried steak wrapped around some buffalo cheese, and Caesar salad made on the spot. It was like $6 for a few pieces of steak. But because so if you ever had that kind of an amazing restaurant experience and you just freaking knew it was like the best thing ever, I'm pretty sure you have no problems sharing that with anyone, because your belief is like 100,000%. This is like the best thing, right? So when you're next day, when you're at work or you're seeing your friends, you're telling everyone that day about this amazing steak that you had, restaurant. And so it's no different when it comes to business, and it should be no different. So if you find that you're in an area where and a tripod of belief breaks down to 3 main areas, right? And if you're not solid in each of these 3 areas, then what we had to do really quickly is help you get back to there. And we had that training on our gwt.com under the tripod of belief. I suggest that you guys watch it. It's a bit it was done a while ago, but hey, the content still applies. And the tripod of belief is, the first one is belief in the company. And that's usually not the hard one to have here, because we have the world's best CEO. If you have been on the calls, you can see that. Because belief in the company breaks down to the ownership. We have amazing leadership in the company. We have the best products, which is hands down easy to understand because we have the world's only 21 karat gold, the world's only 19 karat gold, the world's only 950 selenium. We're the only MLM company that has microsilver BG that targets the bacteria, in our skincare. And we're still the only company in direct sales that is in fashion. Like, we're the only ones out there. So, I mean, I find that belief sometimes in the company, if it is one of the beliefs for you that's not solid, hopefully, this is what I shared already has built that belief for you. A+ rating, countless media journals. I mean, we're the most third-party recognized company by all these third-party companies, the most highly recognized one compared to everything else out there. We're the most recognized company out there, right? So, so for me, again, because imagine if you had a single dot of belief in the company, or in that steak example, if if you had even a little bit of doubt that the beef that you ate was real, I don't know, maybe it was a 35-year-old steak made from tofu, so steak made from tofu, right? You don't know what exists in the world out there, right? But whatever, if you even had that bit of doubt in your approach, can you imagine you wouldn't be able to share that because you're not even sure what you're selling is actually real or not, right? So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is belief in the industry. Is belief, okay, oh, sorry, and to finish out the first one, is belief in the compensation plan. And I've proven that in the comp plan over and over again with the highest paying comp plan in the industry, right? So that's another belief, right? And we have that too. So I find most people believe in the company is not really the weak one. The second one is having belief in the industry of network marketing. And this is the one where sometimes some people, not everyone, some people don't really fully get yet. And if you don't get it really quickly, network marketing is an amazing business model. It's an incredible business model designed to put money back into the community's pockets, into the everyday consumer's pockets. Because network marketing's concept is, instead of paying stores, billboards, advertising, TV commercials, models to do the selling for the business, let's pay people to do the selling. That in itself is amazing, because what the corporation is doing is they're trying to, pay people to go and market the business, which means the money is going to the people versus going to some marketing agency, right? So that concept is just, I love that concept. And the example is Louis Vuitton, right? LV, they made all this money, but like what, $30+ billion, but all of that money went to one family. They paid the advertising and which is a lot of money, don't get me wrong, it's multi-millions, but majority of those earnings went back to one family. And so I love Ramin's model, which is, we're going to build this billion-dollar brand through people and pay the people. So the model itself is ingenious. What's happened over time, and the reason why sometimes network marketing has a bad rep to it, is because the people screwed it up. They made false promises. Some people have told their friends, hey, join this thing, you're going to make a crap load of money, you're going to become a millionaire in a few months, you're going to quit your job. Like, they do all this stuff, and they do it, I guess, unprofessionally. They weren't trained, and they kind of give it a tarnish to this industry. Because in your job, your boss can't tell you, hey, you're gonna make $1 million in a few months. That doesn't happen in a job, but only because of network marketing, because it's possible that can happen. Sometimes people, it's a good and bad. It's good that it's possible it can happen, but it's bad because sometimes people take that and they overemphasize and they sell too much to their friends. So, but the industry itself is an incredible industry. For people like me, that was a programmer working at TELUS and IBM before, again, network marketing is the most feasible way for someone to have their own business. And really understand this, right? Because imagine, like me being a programmer before, I didn't even have enough expertise to start my own business. I didn't have the capital, the money to go and renovate a store. It might cost you $80,000, $100,000. I didn't have the money to maintain the monthly rent. Again, I don't have the expertise. I didn't have the time. I have a day job. How can I start another, brick and mortar business or some kind of a business and staff it and be there to watch the business, right? Or to even hire an employee. Didn't have the money for that. Some people don't have the expertise to make their own website. So there's all these things that, again, everyone understands having a business is good, right? Because again, everyone wants to be wealthy. I have never met a wealthy employee, but every wealthy person that I know owns a business. One more time. I never met a wealthy employee, but every wealthy person that I know owns a business, right? So we all understand to be wealthy. We all want to be wealthy. Let's not lie to ourselves, right? The more money you have, the better your life you can have. If you're going to be depressed anyways, at least be depressed in a Lamborghini or something, right? So again, we all understand that having a business is good, but again, the average Australian person, Canadian, American, you name it, we don't have the time, money, expertise, take on that risk to start a business. So for me, the only option there was to have my own business that I could just start making money on day one and not take on a huge risk was in network marketing. So I hope you realize that's why, network marketing has been endorsed by Bill Gates, Donald Trump, Robert Kiyosaki, Warren Buffett. These are billionaires who have endorsed network marketing. When they ask, Donald Trump, all I can say is, despite what people might think about him in terms of being a president of the United States, you cannot deny the fact that he is a very successful business person. He has a lot of money, right? So I can't go and deny that fact. But when he was asked, by Oprah Winfrey on an interview, what would you do if you lost all of your money again? He goes, I would join a network marketing business. And he got booed, because again, some people have that mindset. And he said, well, that's why I'm here, referring to him being on stage, being interviewed by Oprah. And then he said, and that's why you're there, just watching him being interviewed. So in the end, understand that the industry was always, it's a beautiful industry. It's the last free, as Rene always says, the last bastion of free enterprise for an average individual to have a financial home run, right? So, and the third area, of course, is just having belief in yourself. Really understanding that there's not much difference between rich people and you. They don't. I thought that wealthy people all had high IQ, and 90% of all multimillionaires have average IQ. I thought that, and this is all I've researched online before, right? I thought that all wealthy people inherited that money, and 80% of all wealthy people were self-made millionaires. Self-made. Oh. When you buy a $4,000 espresso machine and import the beans from Italy. Sorry, back on the topic here. I just lost my train of thought because of the coffee. Okay, I think we're talking about not the coffee beans, not the espresso machine. Yes, we're talking about belief in yourself. Yes, understand that the whole, so in the end, I realized that most of the wealthy people out there were self-made and average IQ. So, and you just have to realize that there's nothing that stops you from having success except you. You're the only reason why is you can be your own greatest asset or your own biggest crutch, right? And because I'm no different than you guys, hey, don't forget, 10 years ago, I was just a regular programmer in a regular job, driving a normal car like most of you guys, without a lot of savings, unable to buy my own house, really living paycheck to paycheck. So why am I here, right? And the only difference is because I also realized over again many years of at first not getting this, is that I'm no different than other people. I have two legs, two arms, and I have two eyes, a mouth, and Ed Mercer, he has this really cool story I'll share with you guys. But I'll say it in like I guess his point of view, so as if I'm him. It's kind of because me saying it as if it were him makes the story longer to say. So, anyways, the story goes like this, right? He was, back in his days, he ran to these three people, and this was when he was broke as broke could be. I mean, again, he comes from a really poor, Canadian household. I eventually moved to Costa Rica, but initially, he came with nothing. Lived out of home, had literally no flooring. It was just like stone on the floor and dirt on the floor. Didn't even have any proper walls. It's like wooden planks here and there. Had no running water, and he was really broken. And he met some. He just saw in this whatever this article thing that three people had won the state lottery, and it was like 100 something freaking $1 million, and the three people who won them, each took home like over 28 million, almost like 30-40 million dollars each, something like that, in the lottery. And he got a chance to meet them, and however, one person had actually had a serious car accident, and face was all gouged up, and they lost their eyesight. And when they were asked, if there's one thing you would want to have in this world, because now you've won the lottery, what would that be? And she says, if I could just see my children and my grandkids for even one day, I'd give away all of my $30 million away just for one day, again, to see my children and my grandchildren with my own eyes. The other person who won the lottery was deafened up. They couldn't talk and they couldn't hear. And when they were asked, what would you do with your money? So if I could just talk and hear again, I would give away, my $33 million, whatever it was. And the last person had actually, lost their legs in a serious car accident. And when they were asked, well, what would you do, with your money? One thing that you could have won in this world, what would that be, given that you won the lottery? And they said, well, if I could just, be able to walk again, I would give away all of my money. And Ed Mercer realized that at that point in time, he was worth about over $100 million because he could walk, he could hear, he could talk, he could see. And so I hope you guys get my I'm not good of a storyteller, I guess, as he is, but I think you guys get the point, right? In the end of the day, you have to just understand that you can do it. And there's other people, successful people in the company that are no different than who you are in this call. The only difference between successful people and most others is the fact that we have a really strong belief in the company, and we've done many more tours than you have. And again, the tours start with approaching. So I hope you realize, and so hopefully that this rich training call is able to build more of your belief for yourself, because there's really nothing stopping you but yourself. And once you have your tripod of belief very strong, again, belief in the company, belief in the industry, and belief in yourself, knowing that if Rene can do it, I can do it too. If Stacy can do it, I can do it too. If Rene can do it, I can do it too. If so all these people, right? We have amazing leaders on the call right now. If they can do it, I can do it too. So really, it's just that drive that is the other component. Is that, again, I was very driven to do this, and that's where your why has to be very strong. So aside from the tripod of belief, have your why strong. For me, I was just very driven, very, very driven to want more in this world. And so, the other key thing, of course, when it comes to doing the approaches is really, knowing what to say. And I wish I could train you guys for another hour or so, but I'll do what I can here, and let me know when I guess my time is up, because I'm not really sure when I'm supposed to stop here. But at 8 usually I need to go and bring my kids to school. But yeah, so I had some questions that just came in really quickly. And one question was, once you believe, oh, thanks, Rob, for asking. Once you believe, is there any one thing or type of approach that worked better? Basically, for me, it's even last night, I'll show you guys, I was out somewhere and I built like and trust, and this person gave me their number. And what I'm saying is it's like and trust because this person, I was just chit-chatting with them. They're expressing how in their job the other night they had a party of 5 people who came in, ordered a bunch of wings and beers, whatever, and basically left. And she was forced to pay the bill. And so she was just complaining about how, pissed that she was that she had to cover half of the bill from her paycheck, and she only made $50 that night working as a waitress. She had to go pay half of their bill. And, again, I was the ear for her, right? So I was listening as she was complaining. I was just being there to listen and building like and trust. And so what did I say after spending a few minutes? But like, you guys say, hey, Noel, like, I feel really bad for you, by the way, but, like, are you open for other opportunities? Because I just felt like she should be looking for extra income, so I just said, would you be open for other opportunities, and she's like, yeah, I would totally. I said, great. Well, I mean, if you want to leave me your cell number, I can send you some information and get in touch with you. She said, okay, sure, and boom. So there's nothing really wrong you can say once you build like and trust. Just don't say too much. So there's not really an approach that really works because, again, without any like and trust, no matter what approach you use, typically you get a no because you don't have a like and trust built. And that's why you really got to understand that the like and trust is the biggest aspect in approaching, really being able to have someone like you and trust you and not rushing into that, right? So, but that's why, like, again, when you build proper like and trust, the really key goal again is to identify what are the main things that they're lacking, to bring out the hot buttons essentially. And most people have 2 main desires, which is they want more time and they want more money. And again, like all of our like and trust training that teach you how to ask questions about their jobs, how long they've been working there for, how much they love their jobs, or have they thought about retirement, or have they thought about, or what's some of their hobbies in life and what they love to be doing, traveling, having more time with the family. Like once you identified these things in a conversation, just by asking simple questions and listening, then the approach is a lot easier. So if they're telling me how they hate their jobs and how, money's not enough, then I will approach with, hey, and thanks for sharing with me all of your struggles and stuff. And I think I found something that might actually be that might actually help you with your situation and have more time to be with your family, have more time to travel the world, and would you be open for learning more? And they say, okay, sure. And at worst case, they'll say, well, what's it about? And that's where most people do the wrong thing and they say too much. So just remember this, right? The 4 steps, when I approach someone, the 4 steps is like and trust. Step 2, the approach. Just the one-liner, right? Which is, hey, would you be open, for, learning on how I can maybe, on how, I can maybe help you with your situation, which is you want more time, more family, kids, have extra income, whatever it might be, right? Because you build like and trust, so you know what the lacking thing is, what the hot buttons are. You approach based upon those hot buttons. And then step 3 is really just booking a time to do a presentation, either in person, at home, coffee shop, or schedule a time on a webinar or Zoom call to actually do the presentation. So you guys all should become masters of being able to do your own presentation. It's not hard, guys. Doing the tour is not hard. It's just a PowerPoint you download and you just read off the PowerPoint. And if you're in the business by today, I don't know how long you've been in the business, if you still can't do the presentation, you gotta step it up, right? There's no reason why you need to wait for someone else to do the tour for you when you can learn it yourself by now, become an expert doing presentations and duplicating that system, right? Because once you've done the tour, the 4th step is doing that connection with the My 5. That's my 4 steps, right? Even I do it. like and trust, approach line, book the tour. And what usually happens in step 2 and 3 is people do the tour, step 3, in the like and trust, in the approach phase. Or they might do the tour, which is the information presentation, in step 1. Right? Can't do that. Understand that you need to have a proper time for someone to sit through the presentation, because people are visual learners. If you try to explain this business over the words in like and trust phase, it won't make any sense to them. Even for me, I've been doing this for I don't know how long now. I can't even properly do an effective explanation of business without having the PowerPoint or the flip chart with me, right? So understand that when you do the approach and if they ask you, well, how does it work? Can you tell me more? So you know what? I would love to sit down with you and explain to you everything. I don't have enough time right now, but why don't we set up time to go for coffee together? And if you build like and trust properly, they will come to meet you, right? So, but those are the 4 steps. And once you've done the tour, you connect them with your My5. That's it. And that's all I've been doing. Just that simple. I just done more of these 4 things than you guys have for myself and for my team, right? So that's the only difference. So in this business, it's not hard to be successful. You just have to go and meet more people and, go to trade shows, book a booth, always be finding areas to put yourself in meeting more people, right? The worst thing to do is stay at home. After work, go somewhere. Go join a sports club or something. We can meet people, or go to the mall or something. Go to the mall, talk to people. Just don't stay home, because staying home will not build your paycheck. Unless you're doing some Facebook marketing, that kind of stuff. But spread it around. Don't do at home all week long Facebook marketing. Do a bit of going out. Talk to real people. Those are the basic things, right? So hopefully that answered that question a little bit. And then another question was, may I ask, how did you structure your time and focus with work, health, and life? Oh, thank you, David, for that question. Real simple. Prioritize, right? I always prioritized my things. And for me, the top 2 things were family and business. But I did not have like an order for the 2, because it was like combined together. And that's because I knew that the business could not take always a second backseat to family, because the business will get me a better lifestyle with the family. But then family couldn't take a backseat to business either, because sometimes things do happen. So to me, it was just, again, business was like almost like number 1, and family was always there as well too. And in terms of so I have my day job. Then after work, I would make sure that I'm going to see people, do stuff, right? With health, again, there's, you don't have to spend 2 hours in the gym to be healthy, right? I mean, doctors say you go do a 20-minute jog or walk for 40 minutes. If you're gonna walk, do phone calls while you're walking. There's people who are hungry enough will find ways to get things done. So I used to, spend, instead of going to the gym, like I used to go pump weights for like, an hour and a half, and then get a little tired and be sore. I would actually just do a quick jog, I mean, because for me, if I want to be ripped like a donkey and all that crazy stuff, I would do that when I'm a multi-freaking millionaire. Again, how badly I wanted to be successful, I was really badly wanting to be successful. And I was willing to just, jog, keep the heart good and to keep fit, but trying to have this ripped body, Arnold Schwarzenegger stuff thing. And you know what? I'll do that, because again, think about when you get to your deathbed, which is going to be a long time from now. You're like 150 years old, right? But when you get there, do you want to look back and think, what? I should have taken that time to go and, I should have focused more of my time on my business instead of, having this ripped body is good, but, if you have a ripped body but your family is broke, to me at least, that's not worth it. To me, I'd rather have a healthy life where I'm just staying in shape, doing some jogging, but really focus on building that legacy for my family. So, so I, but all my other stuff that I enjoy doing, took a back seat from partying, karaokeing, volleyball, all that badminton and stuff, right? But again, if you're smart about it, you can do approaching. So if I went to go play volleyball or I went to go play badminton, I made sure I was trying to approach people, build like and trust, right? So you can combine things together as well too. So hopefully that answers your question there. Thanks, David. And Rob asked, there have been a ton of changes to the GWT business. What would you send to that person after you got their number? So I'm assuming that is this a person you've already talked to in the past? Because if it is, and you talked to that person before, I would call them back up again, same steps, like and trust. But the approach would be, oh my goodness, there have been so many amazing, because they're going to ask, well, what's new with you, Rob? You can, well, there's been so many incredible things happening with the company. We launched this incredible, world's most revolutionary skincare technology that kills the bacteria on your skin. I would love to get a chance to give you a free sample and try it on you to see how you like it as well too. Well, would you be open for grabbing a quick coffee and catching up again? That's my approach, right? So hopefully that answers your question, Rob. Is I do call back people. Again, that's why if you have a forensic box, you have your list of people. You can always contact people in the past with these new updates, right? So, and in fact, the more times you contact someone that you contacted before, it shows that you're actually committed to your business. It makes them believe, wow, wow, Rob's calling me again. He's still in that business. It sounds like he's actually committed to it, and sounds like it's actually a real good business. Maybe I should learn more, right? So here's my theory in approaching, right, guys? I can be a programmer. This is how I always think, right? If I do not approach someone, like that person I met, I got the number from, right? If I don't approach that person, then I still don't know that person, and life doesn't change. And I always think, well, what's the worst case scenario? And then the worst case scenario, if I go and approach that person and they say no, basically, then the worst that can happen is I still don't know that person really, and my life doesn't change. But the best that could happen is, hey, I might have a business partner, and I might have the next Rene Liao. I might have the next Stacy or Ronan or Trevina or like Marilyn or Rob or Matthew. You don't know, right? You just don't know. So to me, logically speaking, because I'm a programmer by nature, right? My mind thinks like if, right? If the worst that can happen, whether I approach or don't approach, is the same result, then just go and approach. Because it's the same result. So how do you get my theory here, right? If you talk to them or you don't talk to them, the worst that can happen is the same thing. You still don't know them, life doesn't change. So why not just go and talk to them? What's the worst the worst that can happen is life doesn't change for you and you don't know them still. So, but again, like for me, when I was offering her my approach script, don't forget the training today, my mind was at 100,000% that she needed to see my business. So step one, I like and trust. Step two, the approach script. And step three is for me to now go and book a time, schedule a meeting to go and sit down with her. Step four is connect her with one of my business partners. But again, because my belief is 100,000% understand that she needed to see this business. Because I already know for her, doing that job, what's the best that can happen for her? Making, I don't know, $10 an hour. People take off and she has to pay half of their bill for them. And even wealthy people, it's no different. Like, wealthy people often work like dogs. And they're exhausted. And they often want more money too. And I know that I get 100,000% that wealthy person would seriously love to see this business. because wealthy people like businesses. And, so again, there's zero doubt in my mind when I approach anyone, because I know that I found something that can really help me. And again, you're not putting a gun to someone's head when you're approaching them, right? You're not saying, you must join or else, right? You're just saying, you know what, I found something that I felt was incredible for me. That's why I got started. And, I thought, you guys just go and I just want to share it with you. You're just sharing, right? So again, that mindset is so important. And I guess the last question here is, hi, Rene. Thank you, Marilyn. What would you do or say to someone who appears to be really interested, but finally says, I want to take my time looking at all the info and more research? Would you take that as a possible no or not right now? Again, I don't take it as anything. If someone says, I want more time to research, what I try to do is schedule a time. So, definitely I can send you a lot more information. And because we don't have much time tonight, I would love to get a chance to sit down with you again and just, show you a lot more information and go over more details with the compensation plan, I can show you the website. Why don't we schedule time for another coffee? So what I try to do, and whether they're brand new people or they're guests like that who appear interested or might not be interested, is, even if they're not interested, I say, I know that, you said you're not interested right now, but, if you don't mind, I'll have to share with you just more about how, show you the back office, show you the website, show you some of the more products, get a chance to show more with you, how the compensation plan works. I still offer that because I'm always trying to book the next meeting. So in short, always be scheduling the next meeting. And especially if you launch a brand new person, you want to schedule your first training meeting with them like ASAP, like the next day even. Don't just assume that people are going to get in and just know what to do, right? So, just always be planning the next meeting, whether they're a brand new member, they're your prospects, they came for the first meeting. Always be planning and scheduling the next, face-to-face chat, or at least a phone call chat, and let people know, thanks for coming tonight, why don't I give you a shout tomorrow sometime, in the morning, and, I can help you just, pass out some more information for you, and, answer any more questions that you're gonna have a lot of questions from tonight. Write them down, write down all your questions, and let's do a call tomorrow so I can answer all your questions. So at the very least, you want to plant that seed, into their mind that you will be in touch with them, or that you want to have a next meeting with them, right? Elizabeth asks, how often should you touch base with people after meeting with them for the first time? Again, I'm scheduling that meeting literally before they leave that first night. I'm scheduling the next meeting, right, to meet with them and to go over, to have the next meeting together with them. So I don't really wait to contact with them, and so there's a training out there that people say is the next day people lose 25% of their excitement. The day after, another 25%, that's 50. Another day, another 25. After 4 days, they forgot, right? Life kicks in, life takes over, right? So you want to make sure that really within the next day, maximum next 2 days, you want to be, again, hopefully meeting with them again, or at least scheduling the next meeting with them. So definitely within that next 48-hour window. And again, if you truly 100,000% have that tripod belief, you will feel that in your best interest and for their best interest that they need to see this stuff right away. They should not be waiting. They should not be waiting to go and get started in the business, because what else will they do to have a better life? Again, most people don't have the means of having their own franchise business, right? Otherwise, you guys wouldn't be on this call right now. You got started because you saw hope and opportunity in this company, in a good company, and you saw that others can benefit the same way too. That's why you got started. And so it's no different, right? So, woo! Haven't done a training this early before. It's quite nice. My mind's kind of fresh, not like being at nighttime. But yeah, so I had to get my kids off to school, in the next 4 to 5 minutes. I just wanted to get a chance to, I guess, turn the call back over to our amazing host and say thank you guys for having me on the call today. Hopefully you guys got some value of that today.
Thank you so much, Rene. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're always awesome. You know, it's always inspiring to hear from yourself, as well as all our leaders. You know, for myself, yeah, I do need to follow the 4 steps again, and also do the tripod of belief again. So, you know, like I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. So, you know, I'm making an impact for my family. So, yeah, I'm on the run. So awesome. Thank you.
And really quickly, guys, sorry, I forgot. In all the approaching stuff, I was really focusing on the mindset part. But with the new Flawless line, I mean, you guys should all be ordering a bunch of the Flawless, especially the eye serum and, you know, the night serum, because that stuff is like the eye serum works within 20 seconds. It has that snail serum. Again, it's not like the actual snail killing. It's just like lab-made snail serum, the same ingredients, but it has that natural. It tightens the skin right away. So that's why there's less wrinkles, right? It's like a natural Botox. That stuff will sell like crazy. So order a few bottles of the eye serum, and you know, when you meet people, call them up, and the approach could be, hey, you know what? I mean, I have this incredible, oh my God, this skincare technology, and you gotta try them. Can I do a free sample with you together? That's it. Go meet with them, put it on them, and then show the tour afterwards, right? And the night serum, the microsilver BG, is just bananas. And so, anyways, just, you know, always have a lot of the eye serums, at least a few of the lip treatments, even a few of the night serums with you, because that stuff will sell. And just book trial sessions, Flawless parties, one-on-one meetings to have them try it out. Okay, thanks, guys. Sorry. So I wanted to just to mention really quickly there. Sorry, thank you.
All good. Thank you very much, Rene. You go and take your boys to school now.
Okay, thank you, guys.
All righty.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Alrighty. All right. So we're just gonna wrap it up, everybody. As we'd like to honor everybody's time, because we only got 1 minute to 8. Just a couple of quick slides if you guys wanted to just take quick snapshots. So we got the GWT Australia, New Zealand, and world events. Quickly, we got our Perth workshops happening. There's one coming up on Sunday, the 7th of May. So just I think PM your Stace. I think maybe private message Stace, and then we'll hopefully we'll get to see you there. Next we have the slumber party, the plug-in live, and also PM Stacey for that one. Snapshot. Yeah, basically save all the dates in the calendar. Sorry guys, I've just got to get through it quickly. Also, we have the Thursday coming up. I think this one is Gosnells. Yep, in Gosnells. Another tour for us. So get on board, everybody. Yeah. So next. Next. Oh, we also have our New Zealand team. Blowing it up in New Zealand. So on the 5th of May, if you got anybody, please private message Luella or Samuel, and they'll take care of them whilst you guys whilst they're over there. So, and last but not least, please, Stacey, if you are there, you want to talk about this one?
Sure, sure, absolutely, absolutely. Fantastic job, Sylvia. Awesome, awesome work. Yeah, well, we've got this screen up on, something that I was talking to Reza about today, and me and Reza were having a discussion about what are the most important things that we have to be aware of over the next coming months. And one of the things that we all know about is we will have our My5 joining us very, very shortly. That's to be confirmed, but the next event is obviously coming up, and this is the Products and Innovations event. This happens every single year, okay? So what happens is they're going to be releasing, I can't confirm, but they will quite possibly be releasing some new products there. You'll be able to get to touch and feel. Obviously, this one is being held in Toronto itself, so therefore, you have full access to the showroom as well. You can go and learn about last year. I believe they did a little bit of forensic, and they also had some information regarding the website. So, I've got together, I speak to my first gens every single day, which is my first generations, and what we've sort of thought about, and hopefully you guys know about this as well, just getting together and finding out, talking to Flight Centre to see if they can, they've got a free account that you can set up with them with a flight travel, and be able to just drip feed some money, saving yourself money to go towards your accommodation and your flights, etc. So, I hope that everybody can make this. It is definitely, we know that convention is not going to be happening in Canada anymore. This might be the last time that they're going to do a conference. This might be the only conference that's going to happen every single year, for your chance to go to see everybody, be amongst the leaders, go and see the showroom, obviously spend some time with our CEO and all CEO and our Senior Vice President, Sinaz Herman. And, something that I really, truly recommend everybody to save the date, so be sure to share with everybody. I know Reza, there was a big emphasis on our call today regarding the Products and Innovations conference that's coming up. So be sure to save the date, share it with your teams, and that's it. So I'll hand it back to you, Sylvia.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dace. Alrighty, and that is it. That concludes my very first webinar for the night. Thank you, everybody, for being on this call, and I look forward to seeing you face to face. Alrighty, checkers. Bye.